In this video, I'm going to show you how to find your 5-number summary using Desmos, including plotting a dot plot and plotting a box plot. So notice off to the side, I already have a list of data here, and I named that data H. Well, for a 5-number summary, I need my minimum and my maximum values. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to Functions and scroll down to Statistics and find minimum, and then I'm going to plug in H. And then notice here it found that my minimum value is 3. Then I'm going to go back to my functions and I'm going to find my maximum value. Again, typing in H, and that gives you my maximum value. Now what I need to do is find my quartile 1 and quartile 3, so Q1 and Q3, and then also my median value. So I'm going to go back, and what I'm going to do first is actually find my median value. So going back to my functions on statistics, I'm going to hit median. And then I'm going to type in H, because that's where all my data is. And then for funsies, I'm going to show you guys the mean. Okay, this would be good if you're trying to compare the median and the mean, and notice that the mean is, since it is non-resistant, is more susceptible to those outliers, and so we got 50.4 instead of our median, which is resistant, got more of a 47. Okay, then I have to do my quartiles. So I go back up here, I scroll down, and I make sure I click quartile, not quantile. So quartile, I type in my data, which is H, and then I go back, and if I'm looking for my first quartile, I type 1. So there's my first quartile. Okay. If I want my third quartile, I would type 3, and there's my third quartile. Did not have to do any of this math on my own. The last thing here I want to show you is how to do standard deviation. So I'd go back up to functions. I'm still in statistics, and I'm looking for this one. STDEV, standard deviation. If I click that and then click on my data set H, it also gives me my standard deviation. Okay, so here I have my list of data, my minimum, my maximum, my median, my mean, my quartiles that I can change to find Q1 and Q3, and then my standard deviation. Now let's show you how to make this into a box plot. So I go to functions, and I'm going to scroll down until I see visualizations, and I'm going to hit on, let's look at dot plot first. Dot plot, and then H, because that's where my data is. And then notice I might have to scroll out some to see my entire dot plot. So there's all my dot plot, okay, and I can see if I scroll in more of the dots a little bit better. And then let's see a box plot. So going back to functions, and then going down to visualizations and box plot, I can type in H, okay, and I want to include my outliers, okay. So if I uncheck this, notice that it's including everything, even that obvious outlier all the way over there by our maximum of 157. If I click that again, notice how it goes to my new maximum, which was around 90 something, right? Close to that 100. And over here to the side, and let me go ahead and get rid of the view for the dot plot here. Okay, so off to the side, and notice how it leaves a point right there at 157 indicating my outlier. So if you leave the box checked, it's going to show you your outliers, and you don't even have to do the outlier test unless your problem is asking you to do so. You could just plot this modified box plot, and you have your answer all set up. Okay, and again, you can zoom in to see it a little better. Zoom out. You can push this bar off to the side to be able to see it in full view as well.